So yeah, I was gonna polish it up and try to make it look pretty, but that didn't work, so now I'm going the opposite route. I'm gonna go out of my way to make it look shitty. A lot about these 60s Volvos that I never thought I'd be ever interested in ever. What the F? Woo! Don't mind the compressor running in the background. I have to tell you something real quick before we get started here. I attempted to polish this paint. It's single stage, but it's been resprayed and it's like cracking in many spots, a lot of chippage going on. The paint's super thin, coming off in like weird chunks. You can kind of see here, there's like some pitting going on. But the texture of the paint is crazy. It's like cracked. I hope you can see that. So yeah, I was gonna polish it up and try to make it look pretty, but that didn't work, so now I'm going the opposite route. I'm gonna go out of my way to make it look shitty. This was a test yesterday. The paint here was super bad. Like you can see this chipping here, all in there. The goal is to make it rust. I've seen a couple different ways on the internets as to how you can achieve this. This is kind of like just a giant experiment, so kind of bear with me. The process is gonna go as following: wet blast where I want rust. Kind of going for like rat rod vibes with this thing. I really want it to be like grungy and old and shitty, but then eventually you'll have like a super nice interior, a V8, and then it'll have this old shitty body on it. So that is what we're gonna do. Like I was saying, wet blast. Then we're gonna do a little science experiment, and I'll check in with you guys when that time comes to show you how to do this. This was bare metal yesterday, and now it's got a nice layer of rust going, and then over time it'll develop into like this brown is what I really like. This is a natural rust spot. There are quite a few randomly scattered on the car, but I'm going for like the most organic rust patina that you've ever seen. Okay, you know what's kind of crazy right now? I literally just noticed this. This fender, and like a quarter way through this door, can you see that? That's like paint. And now that I see this, because I didn't see it on the door before, I thought it was just the fender. I think I just didn't spend enough time on the rest of the car. Like maybe I just spent way more on this section here. But like, look at that paint. What the F? Does that change my mind as far as wanting to not rustify the rest of the car? Oh, that scared the living bejesus out of me. The answer is no. So I'm still gonna carry on as planned. I got like the chrome and the important things masked off. I'm gonna use cardboard and move it around the car as I go. For the windows, you definitely don't want to get any blasting on the windows. It'll ruin the surface finish. So yeah, for example, this was a section of the car that had like no rust essentially. So this is all from light sandblasting. I definitely need to go deeper to get more of the bare metal there. But the point of using the sandblaster is like to have this as natural as possible looking fade marks and chipping in the paint. I tried first using a DA, and once I got through to the bare metal, it just looked like way too man-made. So I think this is the ticket here. I'm gonna time lapse through this process, and then I'll probably check in when it's time to do our little science experiment. obviously it looks pretty shiny because it's still wet, so it has a layer of water on top. I'm not mad about it, to be honest. Although from the get-go I didn't want a high gloss finish. From the get-go, actually, I wanted to just polish the car. But here we are, hundreds of pounds of sand later, and we're not going back. So, yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with the end result. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Alright, update. I apologize in advance if the wind is super loud. It is in fact windy. So, it's been about a week since I wet blasted. This is what the untouched spots look like. So what I'm doing now is with my magical mixture here, hydrogen peroxide, salt, and white vinegar in a spray bottle. It makes it rust immediately. It's super cool. I'll show you obviously a close-up coming up, but I did some test pieces right here. So this whole quarter panel has been treated. This is original rust, but I'm experimenting between just spraying and using like a sponge and spraying on the sponge then applying. If you just straight up spray it, you get these drip marks, which I like, but like kind of here and there, not every patch of rust and like a ton of runs everywhere. I want to do like little accent ones, like this one I quite like. So I did the sponge up here, and then I actually sprayed on top over that, so it gave me runs like within the rust patch, if you can see that. So basically I'm just going to play around with different ways to apply my super fun rust solution here. So I'm going to take a Scotch-Brite pad and just scrub some of the surface rust off to then add more rust on. Makes perfect sense. Hi, hello. I'm in the midst of another project under here right now, involving timing gears and pulleys and all that. But that's a whole other video that I'm actually filming also right now. But I wanted to hop on here and kind of close out this video. Remember how I was like, oh so carefully wiping up all the drip marks? That was all for nothing because it's been raining here lately and it dripped on me anyway, but that's okay. That's all a part of the experience, I guess. I definitely did it to myself. I personally love it though. I'm actually super stoked with how it came out. I have a feeling that some of this like staining around here makes the paint look yellow now. It was like originally like a super pale baby blue. Now it's kind of yellowed out from the rust runs that have been like a little bit diluted, but still left a sheen over the paint. I think that'll probably come out with another polish job, which I actually got some products. Let's hop in my truck real quick and see what we got to play with. Okay. I posted a video a few weeks ago polishing the car before I started this whole patina project. And go watch that video if you want like all the details, but basically it didn't go as planned. I thought it was gonna shine up at least a bit. It didn't really, kind of did in one spot. But I am a very amateur polisher, detailer, all of the above. That is not my forte. So I hit up somebody who is a professional detailer, shiner upper of cars, if you will. I gave my buddy Mr. Sam a ring. I called him up. I said, hey, this is what I'm working with. This is what's going on. Help. Like, what would you do? What do you think would be a good idea? And he kind of walked me through a couple different options I have. And then he also sent me a little care package, which was also kind of him. He hooked it up with some products. Hold on, I gotta scooch back for this. Oh, I can't. Seat's broken. Cool. I got a whole goodie bag here. First of all, a huge shout out to Mr. Sam for hooking it up. Ever since I met him a few years ago, we went on a drag and drive together. He has just been so willing to go out of his way to help me in whatever way. He lives in Florida. I live in California now. I haven't seen him in a while, but he's just always great to catch up with and just a very kind, genuine human being. Here are some of his products. I'm gonna try them out. Not in this video because it's already pretty long, but in some upcoming videos on the channel, so stay tuned for that if you're curious about the products themselves. So with that being said, what do we get? First off, leather conditioner for my seats. If you've seen the seats in my interior in the Volvo, they're kind of rough. They're basically falling apart at the seams, but at least I can make what is left of them look better and hopefully shine them up a bit. So I'll give that a shot. Interior cleaner, which I can use this for anything. I'll use this for this truck too. Next, leather cleaner. Safely cleans leather, safe on stitching, pH balance. Oh, so maybe I'll do the leather cleaner first and then the leather conditioner. See, this is all above my pay grade. I have never even heard of leather cleaner, conditioner. And next we got a good old spray wax with ceramic. Again, I could use this on the truck or the exterior of the Volvo. I got some tire and wheel cleaner. Perfect for anything. And all of these came with like either spray nozzle or some sort of applicating nozzle. And then a little microfiber, which is super cool. All of them. And then I think this is the most important part and something that he mentioned in our conversation together. Light polish. Creates a crystal clear finish, removes 2000 grit sand marks, clear coat safe. So I will definitely be giving this a try on the Volvo again. Just see what happens to the rest of the paint. At this point, I don't think I can hurt it anymore. So I'm just gonna keep experimenting with it. Like over time, it's gonna change because it's gonna rust more, age or whatever, and really develop into the shitbox patina that it is. It's gonna like mature, you know, eventually turn a little bit darker. But yeah, that was kind of a tangent. Light polish with my Makita polisher, and he even sent a foam pad for me to mess around with. So I'm really excited to give these products a try. Again, huge thank you to Mr. Sam for sending that over. If you are interested in any of his products, I will link his website down below. He's on Instagram, YouTube, you know where to find him. Okay, so with all that being said, and not doing any more work in this video, this is the quote-unquote final result for my DIY patina project. I think we got a super solid foundation going on. The rust is definitely a little bit more orangey than I would prefer, but I'm pretty sure that's just something that will kind of age over time. At some point I'll take a Scotch-Brite and run over kind of just the high spots of all this rust, even it out a little bit. Like I was saying with the light polish, I think we'll like get rid of these drip marks and like the staining, even though I'm not really mad about it. It is a bit excessive in some spots, like especially back here, or like this whole fender here, but I think it'll be all right. Woo! Alright, as always, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. I have many more Volvo videos to come. I'm definitely having fun messing around with it, learning a lot about these 60s Volvos that I never thought I'd be ever interested in ever. But here we are. I think it's a pretty cool project. I definitely have a vision in my head. And I really want to make it come true. So, more Volvo stuff to come in the future. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!